Oh yeah, ready to get noob too? You can get noob right here. Got you.
Hey, ever heard of Splatoon?
No!
No? What about Splatoon Amiibo?
I'm playing Kai. What's this Splatoon garbage? I don't know freaking well.
Well, if you want to, you could order them at GameScrapper.
GameScrapper?
If you follow my profile on GameScrapper, which you should consider doing, then hey, you can go to my collections and find this game and even these amiibo. I have these lists that you can go to. In fact, if you follow me, I can actually message you back and stuff, and there's notifications, and the whole process is just great. Okay. Nathaniel Bandy. Striving for originality. This Top 10 intro is brought to you by VectorStar Productions. Oh man, finally getting to the Splatoon Top 10s. So the maps, there's a lot of them, and we're going to count down my 10 favorite ones to play. These are judged mainly on personal preference, but I will talk about the size, gimmicks, and overall layout of the map too. So without further ado, stay fresh! So Urchin Underpass is an interesting course as it's the only map that was reconstructed after release. I don't think I've ever really seen a shooter map be revamped to such a large degree. I mean, all games nowadays have patches and stuff, but they added layouts and platforms. Probably my favorite part of the map is how easy it is to sneak around and get kills in. There's several branching paths you can explore, but it's easy to stay hidden because the elevation doesn't drastically change anywhere on the map. I found this makes Urchin Underpass a map mainly for shooters. It's really easy to cover turf when the ground is mainly flat. The middle area has two little ramps on each side. This is where most of the action takes place. Now, I usually don't see too many snipers when playing Urchin Underpass. There's no high ground to snipe. The only thing I don't really like is how it's really hard to get into the opponent's area. On other maps, you easily squid up walls and invade the other team's side, but here, a lot of walls are blocked by pipes. I really enjoy being able to squid jump through the wall grates. I've always found that to be really amusing for some reason. This course gets my passive approval. And you know what Underpass might remind you of? Undertale, because they both got under in the name. I still haven't played that game. Please don't hurt me! I have 3 kids, 5 wives, 2 grandchildren, and a partridge in a pear tree! Number 9. Only in Splatoon can you go shooting around some ink at a mall. Well, outside of a mall anyway. Arowana Mall is one of those maps that's basically one long stick. It's very vertically based. There's a few maps like this, and I don't really like them that much, but I'm cool with the way Arowana Mall does this. For starters, there's some nice small spots for people to snipe, and I don't mind this because it's very easy to hit the sniper from where they are. The high ground is mainly on the sides and in the middle, but it's also very narrow. The main core of the map is very open and spread out, but it also makes you vulnerable. This demonstrates really good balance in the overall level. You know, balance and Splatoon go hand in hand. This games allow you to play however you want without the worry of getting completely destroyed by OP weapons or unfair maps. That's freaking amazing, man! Number 8. Piranha Pit, huh? I don't see no piranha plants. Where are they? Shouldn't they be on some corners of the map spitting ink at you or something? So Piranha Pit's main gimmick is that some of the floors move like escalators. Spraying the escalators with your ink can allow you to travel incredibly fast for a brief time or incredibly slow, depending on which direction you're going. These floors really help the map stand out, and it makes for some really interesting matches. The whole map is kind of shaped like a big plus sign. It can make it really difficult trying to keep up with where everyone is. That's another thing about the moving floors. It's very easy to hide while on one. Someone may try to snipe you, but if you're really careful, the moving floor can easily misjudge where you are. The overall layout has a lot of mini ramps, which in a way is nice because it makes it easier to cover from players, but at the same time, it can be harder to splat players. There's some tires that are used as obstacles for protection, and boy, do I wish they could move. How neat would it be to be able to ink up a tire and squid your way inside one and just roll around squishing anyone that gets in your path? Splatoon 2, you better have this! Number 7. You know how these squids don't like the water? Well, Mahi-Mahi Resort is an Inkling's worst nightmare. There's water everywhere. The overall layout is basically a square, but there's a ton of places that you can squid jump to for protection and to take aim at others. I don't know what it is about this map, but my gosh, do the colors just look absolutely dazzling. I think this has to do with the super bright day and just colorful posters all over the place. I love how the main part of the map has a few high posts to stand in. It's an okay place for snipers to hang out, but at the same time, it's really really hard to get any kills because there's so many barriers all over for everyone to cower to. And how can I not bring up the fact that land rises from the water halfway through playing? This is a really interesting gimmick and actually completely changes the way players interact with each other. Most of the new land is in an open territory, so it's tempting to cover your ink with it, but you also need to watch out for anyone sniping as it's a bit easier for them to get kills. Mahi-Mahi is right. What does that mean? Let's Google it, shall we? An edible marine fish of warm seas with silver and bright blue or green coloration when alive. So this level symbolizes humans destroying sea life by dumping oil a la ink into our oceans. Got it! Thanks for the message, Nintendo.
Number 6.
Bluefin Depot is pretty much Home Depot for the Squid kids. But why, you may ask? Well, Bluefin is a place that sells large quantities of stuff, and what that has to do with this map is absolutely nothing. Anyway, the layout is kind of diamond-shaped with the outside being mainly water. A lot of traversing is by squidding up walls, and it's interesting how the main part of the map has walls to climb to make any real progress. All the main action happens right next to opponents' walls. Getting up one and covering an opponent's side with ink can be a challenge if you aren't good. One of the most interesting strats I've seen people use is sticking the sprinkler on top of the red arm to sprinkle their ink all over the main section. It's really quite clever. I also gotta love all the wanted posters hanging around everywhere.
Number 5.
You thought the X Games was cool? Child's Play, my friend. Say hello to the epic Anchovy Games. I don't know what the V is supposed to mean, but whatever. It's a freaking V, and Vs are great. The gimmick here are these little fans that you can spray to move platforms. You want to talk about making a match unpredictable? Anchovy Games will do just that. The main section has 2 platforms on the sides that can be sprayed with a fan which raises them. This fan is great for trying to escape being bombarded by an attack. It also makes for easy access to the opponent's territory. One thing I don't understand is that some of the boundaries are desks filled with laptops and books. What's that supposed to mean? That I should be studying for my classes instead of playing Splatoon? Nah, screw that! No, but really, school is more important, just saying.
Number 4.
Talk about an expansive map. Flounder Heights is somewhat like an apartment complex, and boy, there's a ton of wall squidding to do. I love how huge this map is. I think it's actually the biggest one Splatoon offers. But hey, tell me I'm wrong, Squid kids. I'm wrong all the time. I just love how there's so many places to go and so much land to cover. The main section is the highest peak of the stage, and it gets pretty darn intense up there. Both sides meet in between a still grate, and it's really easy to fall off or get splatted since there's almost nowhere to cover. There's a lot of intricate ways to sneak around to splat players too. My favorite thing to do is to wall squid my way up the tallest tower and then jump down and destroy the scrubs that aren't paying attention. It's too much fun. Like, I just have way too much fun doing this.
Number 3.
Every time I hear the name Hammerhead Bridge, all I can think of is the Offspring song Hammerhead. And I would play you guys a small snippet of the song for fun, but fair use. It doesn't really exist on YouTube. Hashtag WTFU. So this map is laid out very vertically like Arowana Mall, but this one has a ton of bridges you can go across. Most of the bridges are great, so you can go through them as a squid. This makes for some really dynamic play in terms of defending yourself from other players. It's hard to tell, but I think Hammerhead Bridge is actually on a bridge, but we're playing in like a miniaturized model of the bridge. There's a lot of short walls you can squid up, which is great because usually climbing up a wall with an opponent noticing is a bad sign. Here, you'll likely make it up to solid ground fast enough that they can't really do anything about it. There's really not much else to say here. I do wonder if this bridge exists in real life though. MadPat, where's my Splatoon theories? How about you, Noggin? No? Darn. These theorists must think I'm a fool.
Number 2.
I really don't know the general consensus on what maps people like the best in Splatoon, but my guess is that a lot of people really hate Moray Towers. I personally love this place to death. It's just a guilty pleasure of mine to be able to drop like 50 feet in the air. I get like this adrenaline rush. It just feels really good. I mean, imagine eating a nice meaty steak with some potatoes and carrots. Your stomach's just like, that hits the spot. Yeah, that's how I feel when I play Moray Towers. So this entire map is pretty much just a bunch of towers, hence the name, and you can squid up any of them. Now, I know snipers throw a party on Moray Towers, but it's pretty easy to get to their camping spot if you can find a way to climb up the wall of the tower they're on. The map is pretty wide open, so it's pretty dangerous for everyone on the field. You can't really go hiding anywhere. It's a map that can be played by filthy casuals and competitive players. Or so I think. Nintendo, is this a competitive map or not? I mean, you seem like a pro at Splatoon. But anyway, what could be the #1 map? Take a guess. Leave a comment and guess now. And tune in next time for... Nah, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't split a top 10 video into 2 parts. And now, the #1. favorite Splatoon map of mine is... Yeah, man, totally gnarly, dude. Blackbelly Skatepark is eloquent, beautiful, balanced, and overall just a great time. The layout is composed of a bunch of skate ramps. Most of the ground is very bumpy. There's not really any other map quite like this one. It feels really different and fresh. In the middle of Blackbelly Skatepark is a tall stump where players can snipe from, but it isn't the safest spot as you're completely open to getting attacked from any other angle. This map is just pure bliss, and make sure to like or dislike this video. Feel free to leave a comment and tell me what you think the best Splatoon maps are and why. Hop on the bandwagon and follow my Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, and Tumblr. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope your day turns out exceptionally well. So you guys are still taking a break from studying? Well, make sure to check out the top 10 best Mario Party minigames and maybe even my grading series on Splatoon. I grade the Splattershot Jr. Also a Let's Play on F-Zero GX. Man, that's pretty cool. But seriously, I know you guys are gonna rock that test, because you're only taking a small little 5-minute break, which turned into an hour to 4 hours. Oh my god, I'm not gonna fail!